game at the Barclay with Lou DiBella putting on another incredible night, man. Like, this fight delivered, as they often do here at the Barclay. First, just as a fan, from a fan's perspective, tell me what was your favorite aspect of the night, and then the main event in particular.
I just thought there was entertainment. You know, there was a lot of entertaining fights the whole night from the beginning. If you got in there early, you came in for the undercard and you watched it, there was some entertaining stuff. Amanda Serrano made history. That girl that she fought was tough as nails, and that was a terrific fight. The Koznacki, or Kaunacki, as most people know him, Martin fight, I thought was a terrific fight. I thought the right guy got the decision. I thought Adam imposed himself and won the fight. But I saw more out of Martin than I thought was going to be there. I thought that Martin showed a lot of courage and balls, and he tried to win that fight. I thought to some extent in losing the fight, he redeemed himself anyway, a little bit off of the last fight he had. I didn't think it was a bad night for him, even though he didn't win, but I thought it was a great night for Adam. And I think Adam, people look at Adam, and I've said this a million times, he doesn't look like the Incredible Hulk. He doesn't have this chiseled 6'7" kind of body. But he's got a lot of talent, a lot of heart. He's a legitimate top 10 heavyweight contender, kind of guy that will fight for a title and probably give somebody a headache. And then the main event, man. The main event was entertaining as hell, and one of the most, literally, I believe, one of the most difficult fights I've ever seen to score. You know, a very hard fight to score. I was sitting around, literally behind me, there were about 12 world champions. And a lot of people were shrugging their shoulders. And I think there was a sense that they thought maybe Porter edged it out, but a lot of people thought it was a draw. And there were people that actually thought that Danny edged it out. That fight is the kind of fight where if any judge's decision within reason, I wasn't going to question, because I wasn't sitting there writing it down on paper, but I'm saying to myself, this is close, and I have no idea how this is going to be scored. I thought that Shawn was the aggressor. He mugged Danny a lot. He made him uncomfortable. He put pressure on continually. It was a terrific game plan. You know, someone told me that the punch stats had Garcia landing more power punches and more effective power punches. That doesn't surprise me, because he was throwing great counter punching. He saw great counter punching, and there were a lot of power counter punches that were landing. I thought if there was anything Danny could have done more of, it was more in between those counter punches. There weren't a lot of jabs. If he would have just touched them a little more in between, I think you could have seen different scores. It wasn't the kind of fight. It wasn't the kind of fight that takes one guy and throws him through the roof, and takes another guy and tosses him down.
Right. So to your point, in a fight like that, usually we're all talking about the rematch. You want the rematch? You want the rematch? Both guys want it. Can we make it? That doesn't seem to be the case here. We saw Errol Spence climb through the ropes. It looks like Porter's ready to move on. That fight appears to be made, at least between the fighters. They both want it. So that being the case, as a promoter, where does Danny Garcia go from here?
I mean, he's still one of the best welterweights in the world. He's still maybe the best counterpunching welterweight out there in terms of that aspect of his game. I think that Angel's a good trainer, and Danny's a good fighter, and they're going to take some, you know, they're going to probably have, right now, sitting back there really disappointed and feeling maybe that they could have gotten the decision. I didn't hear the interview in the ring. I don't know what Danny said, but I think that Danny also could take some things out of there that he can improve on in his next fight, and he's still absolutely one of the best welterweights in the world. He can fight anybody. I mean, the one thing right now in the PBC universe is that there's a load of quality welterweights, and there's a lot of fights that can be made, you know, and I think that you can fight anybody.
Well, let me turn your attention to some big fights that are on the horizon that may not be in your stable, but fight fans are curious about how they're going to turn out. Obviously, just a week from today, I'll be in Vegas talking hopefully to Triple G and Canelo and Oscar and those guys. Who do you think I'm going to end up talking to first? Who wins that fight?
You know, man, I don't know. That's a fight that clearly can go either way. Canelo's a younger, fresher guy. You know, Triple G's got more miles on him. I think that there has been a little bit of slip in Triple G, but that being said, who won the first one? Triple G. And I don't even think it was close. I thought Triple G won the first fight, and I thought it was a definitive win, like 8-4. So can he beat Canelo? Absolutely, he can beat Canelo. And I'll tell you who I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for Triple G.
One fight I will be talking to you
about. By the way, I think it's going to be a terrific fight. And I also think that I think both guys are going to approach it with a little bit like, I think they're gonna go at it more than they went at it the first time. I think you're gonna see Triple G take more chances and really go for it because he's gonna feel like who knows what's gonna happen with the decision. And I think Canelo is also gonna go in with a lot of confidence, believing, you know, I'm the younger, fresher guy. Now that being said, only Canelo knows whether he was doing shit he shouldn't have done, and if he was, and he's not for this one, he's also gonna know that. So I think. I'm not sure who's going to win, but I think you're going to you're going to know after the first 3 rounds.
The last time we were in this room, all anybody wanted to talk about was Wilder, Joshua.
But I didn't, because I told everybody it wasn't going to happen. And I did. You know that. Everybody in the press knows that. And it wasn't because we didn't want it. I knew it wasn't going to happen because I knew that the Joshua camp didn't want it yet. And it's a business decision.
Well, one thing that did get made, and we do want it, is Fury Wilder.
It's a sensational matchup. It's the 2 biggest. Like in the heavyweight division, nobody talks smack better than those 2 guys.
But there's nobody fight better than those 2 guys. What'd you make of Tyson's last outing? And is that preparation for Wilder?
Yeah, I think it was preparation for Wilder because he needed to go rounds. And also, you saw look, when Tyson dominated, it wasn't pretty. It was ugly. But that's how Tyson fights, man. Tyson is a boxer. He's not a guy that's going to, like, you know, he could talk about, I'm going to knock you the F out and all that stuff. Okay, talk. I love to hear him talk. He's fun to listen to. But what he really is a master boxer. And what he's going to try to do is go in there and outbox the opposite. Now, can he go 12 rounds without getting hit? Can he go 12 rounds without getting knocked out? I don't think so.
It sounds like we're being pulled away, so...
Yeah, let's get over it.
Radio Raheem.
Signing off to Radio Raheem.